On November 2, 1988, something went wrong with the internet. A worm created by a guy to check the scale of the internet actually infected 6,000 computers in just one night, and nobody knew why this was happening. This was Morris worm, and it started with a simple question from a curious graduate student. Robert Morris, a Cornell University student, wanted to measure how many computers were connected to the early internet. So he wrote a program called Morris Worm, a program that could travel from one machine to another machine and count them. The idea itself was actually pretty harmless, but Morris made one critical mistake in his code. He built in a small if machine was already infected, the worm would still do a check on it 7 times to avoid being blocked. That one decision was catastrophic. The worm never stopped copying itself onto the same machines. It multiplied until it consumed every bit of processing power a computer had back then. The machines did not crash dramatically. They simply became too exhausted to do something anything useful. The worm spread to three real weaknesses in the Unix systems. It used a flaw in the sendmail program to run code it should never have been allowed in the first place. It exploited a buffer overflow in the fingered service, which meant it could push more data into memory than a program expected and slip its own instructions inside. And it used a trusted remote access between machines to hop freely across the network. None of these weaknesses were new discoveries actually. Researchers had already written about them and nobody acted too cautiously. When the crisis hit, Eugene took the worm apart piece by piece to understand how exactly it moved. This process is also known as reverse engineering. His forensic analysis gave responders a clear map of the attack. Unix vendors used that map to issue emergency patches that closed all the three entry points the worm targeted. System administrators pulled the machines offline, cleaned them, applied the fixes, and brought them back up carefully. The internet was actually recovering again, and within weeks it was actually stable and everyone was using it like something never happened. Morris was convicted under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act back then.